Hello and welcome back to the show. This is Bluayado channel. Good morning. It's Friday, June 13th, 2025, and we have the weekly pay announcement from Roundhill. So again, these announced today and pay on Tuesdays, I think. Let me get this date straight. I know these days be changing on me. All right, when's the 17th? June. Yeah, Tuesday. So we do have one that pays on Tuesday. Last week I thought we didn't have one that pays on Tuesday, but now we do. So there you go. So this pays on Tuesday. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we just missing Monday right now. And it's a lot of new weekly payers coming out. I heard that Defiance is even thinking about coming out with one that pays twice a week. That's pretty far out though. They just put in the paperwork for that. So that didn't actually happen yet. Might not even happen this year. Might happen end of the year or next year if it gets approved. It's not even approved yet. They just submitted it. But Defiance is trying to pay you twice a week. That is something to look into. I don't know about that. What kind of payment can you get twice a week? Let me know in the comments. I think it might be 5 cents or you know, what can you pay twice a week? You're gonna be, get paid 5 cents, on Wednesday and Friday or something. I don't know, but something to look out for. They actually put in the paperwork for it. They're thinking about how to do it. It's called lightning something. Anyway, I saw that. Just putting that out there. But what we have today that is paying today is Roundhill. So Roundhill has five right now, but also Roundhill has an update too. Roundhill is bringing out some new weekly pairs starting next week, which is going to be in what are they gonna have? They're gonna have a Berkshire one. They're gonna have one for Robin Hood and something else that I don't remember. But anyway, they got new ones coming out next week. So you can look and see what price they bring those out at. These came out at $50, so maybe those will start at $50 too. All of these are now on deep discounts, so none of these are $50 right now. Some of them are like $40 or $30, so I don't know if I'm going to buy any of those things starting out at $50 because they are not holding the nav. So I will wait for a discount, but they do have new ones coming out for Roundhill next week. So we'll see what those are and what price they come out as and see which ones we want to get into because these are paying pretty good. This week, even though it's low, it's still pretty good. So let's start out with these numbers first, guys. So Roundhill MVDW underlying security is NVIDIA and it's 0.451176 per share. That's a good payment. That's not bad. Next one up is TSLW. Underlying security is Tesla and it's paying 0.167669 per share. This is pretty low for Tesla, but we know Tesla is going through it right now. I did see, just putting that out there again, Tesla is coming out with their own iPad, which is going to put up a run for Apple. So they might be contesting with Apple with their new Starlink. They got the Starlink, all those satellites roaming around in the city over everybody, like thousands of little satellites up there for their internet service. So you never know. They're putting up a fight for iPads. I don't know if they call it iPad. But anyway, you know what I mean. They're going to try to make a tablet, is what you call it then, I guess. A tablet from Tesla is coming out. So they're into everything. Got the robo taxis, and now they're trying to go for their own version of an iPad to fight with Apple. So Tesla, right there. Let's see what happens. Next up is AAPW. Underlying security is Apple. Right here, Apple did better than Tesla, so you see what happens there. 0.234571 per share here, so 23 cents versus 16 cents. Next up, we got COIW. Underlying security is Coinbase. It's paying 0.454651 per share. Next, we got PLTW. Underlying security is Planeteer, and it's paying 0.473726 per share. This is down from last week because it's paying like 60 cents, but it's still good payment. So Coin and Planeteer and Nvidia did really well this week. So that's that. And again, like I said, new ones are coming out next week, and we'll see. What's this one going for right now? PLTW. Um, PLTW. $44. Again, these came out at $50, so you know we'll see with that. Let me see what if they put it out yet. Roundhill investments strategies. What do they got? Weekly pays. So yeah, right now they're still only showing the ones they know about yet. So they didn't update their website yet, but they did send out an email for people who subscribed to the emails that they will be coming out with some new ones next week. So they didn't update yet, but new ones are coming next week, sometime next week. They're going to be offering some other offerings for the weekly pays, but it's not updated yet. Next up, we got a surprise. Granite Shares Yield Boost has changed to weekly payers. So now, instead of waiting for the month for these bad boys here, which, yeah, they have two new offerings right now, which I bought into after the first payment because I got paid and I was like, why am I paid? Because this doesn't pay to the end of the month. And then I went and looked it up and realized that they are paying weekly now instead of per month. So first, let's look at the ones that I have already, which is the first one I bought was Tesla. And this one has completely lost half, not even half now. It's less than half of the NAV at this point. So Granite Shares is now, how much is this thing? $10.88. All right, so all right, they paying this one now too. Wow, this is already here. 17. So they paid on the 10th, which is the one I saw. Um, and so they're going to be on the same schedule as the weekly payers. They're going to advise today on Fridays, and then they're going to pay on Tuesday. So this is another one that pays on Tuesday. So we have two that pays on Tuesday now, which is the Roundhill weekly payers, and now Yield Boost is going to pay you on Tuesday and do their declarations on Friday. So I just found out about this one. This hit my account on the 10th, which I looked at it on the 11th, so I had missed it. So I had this already, so I got paid, but the new ones, which I didn't have, which I just bought, I'm going to get this payment now. So here's the ones we missed here. So TSYY, last week it paid 30 cents, 0.30398 per share. And this week that's coming up, it's going to pay 0.30494 per share. So that's TSYY. And now this is pretty good because this thing is only $10. So that's a really good price. Was it 10.91? Okay, so 10.91 as of yesterday, $10.91. Ticker TSYY. And now frequency is weekly. So there you go. This just opened December, so it lost a lot. Came out at $25 and now it's $10.91. But it had some really decent payments in between. Like I said, it started out at 70. No, it started at 5 cents in December. Then it paid 74 cents. Then it paid 2.54. Then it paid 1.53. Then it paid 1.40, 1.38, and now it's weekly. So I don't know if they took these payments right out of price or people just sold out of it. I don't know what happened, but this thing has lost more than half of the original cost. The nav has totally eroded on this one. But I have a lot of shares of it, so which I bought. What I went back again. I bought 20 at the $25, and then I bought 50 at $12. Now even at the $12 price range, it's under $12 now. Now it's $10.91. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. I wouldn't encourage you to buy it, but it's still paying. And I do have 70 of them. So that's my own personal journey on this stock right here. But otherwise, what are the other ones we got here? So we got Yield Boost. We got the other one that covers the QQQ, which is a NASDAQ coverage, and that's going for $19.13. And that started out at $25 too. So that's a $25 one as well. It's not as bad as TSYY, but it did experience some nav erosion. So, okay, the last payment was 17 cents on the weekly side, and now it's 18 cents. So it's gone up, not too shabby. So 0.17998 last week and 0.18221 this week. Not too bad. It's a $19 stock. Next up, we got the next coverage. This is S&PY coverage here. It's going for $20. Also started out at it also started out at 25. So last week it paid 18 cents, 0.18955 per share, and this week it's paying 0.19181 per share. Not too bad. And it paid $1.81 before, and then 81 cents before when it was doing monthly. So now it's down to 18 cents and 19 cents on a weekly basis here. Yeah, there you go. Frequency weekly. Next up, we got the new ones. So the new ones from Yield Boost is coverage on Nvidia, which is ticker NVYY. This is the one I just bought. So last week I didn't get a payment, but this week I will. Oh, these are paying pretty good. Yeah, I missed this one. I bought it on the 11th. So I missed this one. Missed this 50-cent payment, so that's zero for me. But yeah, last week it paid 50 cents, so 0.50847 per share. And this week is a nice 0.66193. So 66 cents this week, up 16 cents from last week. Nicely done for weekly Nvidia coverage, which is better than what Roundhill just did. What did Roundhill pay? Roundhill paid 45 cents. So yeah, better than 2 weeks of the Yield Boost is better than this right here. So yeah, there you go. Granite shares. So yeah, that's for Nvidia, 0.66193 for this week. Again, you can buy today and get paid on Tuesday. The next last new addition to Yield Boost is going to be XBTY, which is Bitcoin coverage. So these are holding their price so far. Again, they just started though. These came out recently. So they're still pretty good prices. This is above the starting price right now. So last week it was 46 cents. Ooh, 0.46100, which I missed. I didn't have it that I have it now though, so I'm gonna get this one. And this week is 0.62314 per share. So nice again. This is doing 62 cents per share for the week, which is awesome. And then when did this start? Oh, May 12th. So this is start on May 12th, and it had 2 weekly payments so far. Nice. And it's going for $25 and change, which is higher than the starting price. They started out at $25. So at least they didn't get any NAV erosion yet. Again, it's only 1 month in. TSYY is, like I said, it's half, less than half of the $25. It's $10.91 right now. and it's only been out since December of last year. So I don't know if these are long time holds or just until you get tired of seeing your money disappear and then you sell it kind of holds. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that. You got to make your own choices. But Nvidia is above the starting price by $2, so it's $27. And the new one, XBTY, the Bitcoin one, is above it by a couple of cents. The other ones that have been out a little longer are down to $19 for the Nasdaq coverage one and $20 for the S&P coverage, and all the way down to $10 and change for Tesla coverage. So that's that. You got to make your own choices if you want to invest in this. My only update really now is that they have more offering, which is the two new ones for Nvidia and Bitcoin, and that they change from monthly to weekly. But for your own investment decisions, you make those yourself. So that's that. All right, so let's get into the payment. Now that we know that these are weekly, I had to update my spreadsheet and move it from the end of the month to every week now. And that's what I did. So now for the second week of June is really long now. So we got all yield max ones. Then we got Roundhill weeklies, right? Obviously, you know that's from last week that paid on Tuesday, but it's included. Then we got the Roundhill quarterly, Defiance. We got the Roundhill indexes. We got Defiance indexes and MST. We got Curve. Now we got Rec shares is weekly too. I only have one of them that paid this week. The rest of these are gonna pay the first time next week. Because this one came out first, and then the rest of these came out later. So this is the only one I made a payment this week. And then Granite shares, I didn't know they were weekly, and then when I found out they had two new ones that I didn't know about. So I bought into those, not that much, but I bought 10 shares of those. So that's where we're at. So let's go back to the top now. Starting off with Yield Max Group A. So Tesla, I have 250 shares, and they only paid a disappointing 40 cents. So I only made $100, which is disappointing. And next up, we got Ybit. I got 250 shares, and they only paid 33 cents, which is only 82.50. OARC I sold out of because they were just completely losing their nav. I don't even know what they're up to right now. Let's look. Nah, let's forget it. I sold out of it for a reason. Snowy, I did buy 10 more shares, so 50 shares at 128 is $64. Feet, I bought 5 more shares. I didn't bother with 5e. I didn't think 5e was paying that great as Feet did, so I didn't buy any more of this one. But I bought 5 more shares of Feet. So 15 shares times 112 is 1680. 5e 10 shares at 106 is 1063. Y Max 160 shares at 18 cents is 2880. Y Mag 25 shares at 17 cents is $4.25. LFGY 30 shares at 47 cents is 14.10. GPTY 10 shares at 31 cents is 3.10. SDTY 15 shares at 23 cents is 3.44. QDTY 10 shares at 26 cents is 2.60. OT 125 shares at 10 cents is 12.50. Then we got the Roundhill weekly pairs, starting off with TSLW 50 shares at 53 cents. So look at this disappointing. It was so much last week, and then what we got paid this week is very disappointing for Tesla. So 50 shares at 53 cents is 26.55. MVDW 50 shares at 39 cents is 19.92. PLTW 100 shares at 67 cents is 67.77. And COIW 100 shares at 32 cents is 32.22. And then AAPW 20 shares at 26 cents is 5.30. Roundhill Index is here. QDTE 50 shares at 19 cents is 966. RDTE 50 shares at 13 cents. This was a disappointing number here. I never saw this so low, Russell. $6.74. YBTC is also low. Roundhill. 50 shares at 20 cents, $10.15. Defiance, IWMY. See, look at this difference. This is also Russell coverage. And they got 24 cents versus Roundhill that got 13 cents. Let's see what happens there. 60 times 24 cents is 14.48. QQQY, 60 shares at 19 cents is 11.62. MST, 25 shares at 28 cents is $7.15. Curve, MSFY, 10 shares at 25 cents is 250. AMZP, 10 shares at 45 cents is 450. Rec shares weeklies, just MVII pays so far. 10 shares at 26 cents is 264. Granite shares yield boost is now weekly. So TSYY, I have 70 shares at 30 cents. That's 21.28. TQQY, 20 shares at 17 cents. That's 360. YSPY, 20 shares at 18 cents. That's 9.55. So take that back. 20 shares at 0.18955. That's $3.79. And then these two I just bought after this payment, so I didn't get paid on it. So altogether for Group A, I only made $592.59. My Group A is terrible. I don't even have that much. Like again, I didn't pour in to this Tesla like 1,000 like I did for the other ones because Tesla is just not paying that well for me to invest that much money into making it 1,000 shares. So even if I had 1,000 shares, this would still be a disappointing $400. So you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't even be worth it to even bother making this 1,000. So yeah, $592.59. If I take out taxes and put it in my high yield savings account, I'll put $118.52. And I'm left with 509 spot 88. So I'm only going to take out $200 and put it in my checking and reinvest to 309.88, which is mostly just going to bring down my margin because I already bought stuff. So that's that. So far for 2 weeks into June, we only made $2,873.21, which is far cry from what we did in May. Well, anyway, we have 5 weeks in May, and May had some really nice payments. So every month is not gonna be the same. Let's put it that way. So June, 2 weeks in, less than 3,000 is not so great. But I guess 2 weeks salary. Some people don't even take this home. So looking at it that way, looks good. But looking at it compared to last month, not so good. So far, I only took 1,450 into my checking account to live off of. 2 weeks into June, reinvested $884.37 and sent to tax $574.64. So that's that. Now let's look at the rates. So we only got 2 weeks in so far. So comparisons. YMAX this week is better. YMAG last week was better. LFGY is the same. GPTY is about the same, but this week is better. SCTY this week is better. QDTY this week is better. IWMY same. QQQY the same. MSTY this week is better. QDTE down. RDTE definitely down. Last week was 30, now it's only 13 cents. YBTC down 42 cents, now it's only 20 cents. TSLW up 53. MVDW up. PLTW is up. Coin is down. Was 50, now it's 32. AAPW is up. Was 10 and now it's 26. OT is up by a penny. And then I have no comparison for the rest of these because they're brand new to me. Excuse me. Um, what paid this week? All right, the ones in blue paid this week. So far for the year up to June, Tesla has only paid $3.58 per share. Snowy has paid $5.75 per share. Fivey has only paid $6.57 per share. Feet has now come up to $9 per share. So see, that's probably why I bought the feet and didn't buy the Fivey. Because feet is already up to $9 per share, which is nice. And I only bought it now for only $36. So nicely done. Um, TSYY. Oh, I can't look at that anymore because now it's weekly. But so far for the year, while it was still monthly, it was all the way up to $7.61. So let's put it out that way. But yeah, this is, I put it red because it's no longer monthly. So I can't look at it anymore because now it's weekly. What else paid? Also, these I made it red because I sold out of it. So Murney only made 75 cents for me this year before I sold it. And OARC only made $1.08 for me before I sold it. Ybit only made $3.39 for the year for 6 months so far. And now I made these red because they changed from monthly to weekly. So when they stopped paying monthly, they was up to $2.52 and $2.62 for YSPY. And that's it. So yeah, that's the numbers. This video shouldn't be that long. I did give you some brand new updates though. So again, just doing a quick recap. Um, Y Boost is now weekly, and Roundhill weekly pay is gonna have some new offerings next week. So look out for that. I suppose they might come out at $50. I'm assuming that's what they might do. And then also the update is that Defiance put in the paperwork. It's on Edgar Online. They're gonna have three new securities not officially accepted yet, but they put it out there that they want to pay you 2 times a week on ETFs. It's gonna be a bi-weekly payment, which is probably getting to paying you every day. I did see that guy, SoCal Steve, brought out a while ago that somebody was trying to pay you every day. And would you like it? I don't know, because what would you get paid every day? Like, would it be like 3 cents or something like that? Like, I don't know. Weekly already getting 50 cents per week, I think is pretty awesome. Because look, we waited a whole month for Tesla to get 40 cents. You know what I'm saying? So getting 53 cents per week from TSLW is way better than waiting for Yieldmax to take a whole month to pay me 40 cents. That's all I gotta say. Um, but twice a week, like what would it be? Like what would you get paid twice a week? But yeah, they put out the paperwork for that, and that is probably coming. Depends on if it's accepted or not. How many people are gonna buy into that? That's a good question. Leave it in the comments. Let's see what you guys have to say. That's pretty interesting. That's gonna come out from Defiance though. Defiance is going for it. They're going for it twice a week. And like I said, Roundhill started off with the weekly, then everybody turned weekly. Now I got, how many do I have? Like now I have, last week I said I had 18, right? And now I have how many? I have 27 weekly. 27. 27 things paying me every week. This is a paycheck. That's what it is. I get paid every week. 27 securities are working for me to pay me every week. And now I'm getting paid 4 times a week: Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday. So there you go. Only thing we missing is Monday. Maybe those 2 days a week from Defiance might be on a Monday because nothing is paying on Monday. So, Monday probably not so good because it has holidays, so it might end up on Tuesdays a lot of days anyway with all those holidays on Monday. But maybe we don't need a Monday because it's probably end up being Tuesday like anyway. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is okay. Anyway, I'm talking too much. That's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. This is the Bluayado channel, guys. Thank you for watching.